Avoiding premature judgment and criticism is one of the most important reasons to keep your plans to yourself. When you share your goals too early, you invite opinions, doubts, and skepticism from others, which can influence your mindset and derail your progress before you even begin. While some people may offer encouragement, many will respond with negativity, either because they do not understand your vision or because they project their own fears and insecurities onto you. If you are not careful, these external voices can shake your confidence, making you second-guess yourself and lose the momentum needed to bring your plans to life. One of the biggest challenges of sharing plans too soon is dealing with unnecessary criticism. The moment you reveal what you are working on, people will form their own opinions about whether it is realistic, worthwhile, or even possible. Some will question your abilities, pointing out potential failures and obstacles instead of supporting your ambition. They might remind you of past failures, make comparisons to others, or suggest that your goals are too difficult to achieve. Even if they do not mean to discourage you, their words can plant seeds of doubt in your mind, making you hesitant to move forward. The problem with this type of criticism is that it often comes from people who have never pursued big goals themselves. They do not have first-hand experience of what it takes to succeed, yet they feel entitled to judge your plans. Another risk of premature judgment is that it can create pressure to prove yourself before you are ready. When you tell people about your plans, they may start expecting quick results, even if your goal requires time, patience, and consistent effort. If you do not achieve visible progress fast enough, others might begin questioning whether you are truly capable. This can make you feel like you have to justify your pace, defend your choices, or rush your process just to meet outside expectations. Instead of working on your goal with focus and freedom, you may find yourself feeling anxious about how others perceive your progress. This added pressure can lead to unnecessary stress, self-doubt, or even the temptation to give up altogether just to avoid judgment. Additionally, when you share your plans with too many people, you risk being influenced by opinions that do not align with your vision. Everyone has their own perspective on what success should look like, and not all advice is helpful. Some people might push you toward paths that are not right for you simply because they believe their way is better. Others may discourage you from taking risks because they themselves are afraid of failure. If you listen to too many conflicting opinions, you may start doubting your instincts and changing your approach based on what others think rather than what you truly believe is best. This can lead to confusion, hesitation, and wasted time on strategies that do not actually serve your goal. Furthermore, sharing your plans too soon can make you vulnerable to envy and hidden competition. Not everyone will be happy for you when you decide to chase something bigger. Some people may secretly hope you fail because your ambition reminds them of their own unfulfilled potential. They might not openly discourage you, but they may subtly undermine your confidence, question your decisions, or highlight the difficulties of your journey just to make you second-guess yourself. Others may even try to compete with you, taking your ideas and attempting to execute them before you do. When you keep your plans private, you protect yourself from unnecessary competition and negative energy, allowing you to move forward without external interference. Another reason to avoid premature judgment is that success often requires time, trial, and error. The early stages of any goal are delicate, and mistakes are a natural part of the process. When you keep your plans private, you have the freedom to experiment, adjust, and refine your approach without feeling like you are being watched. However, when too many people know about your goal, every misstep can feel magnified. Instead of allowing yourself the space to learn and grow, you may start fearing failure because of how others might perceive it. This fear can hold you back from taking necessary risks, slowing down your progress, and making the journey more stressful than it needs to be. Ultimately, keeping your plans to yourself allows you to protect your confidence, focus, and creative energy. It gives you the freedom to develop your ideas without unnecessary interference. When the time is right and your success is undeniable, you will not need to explain or justify anything. Your results will speak for themselves. Until then, it is best to stay quiet, work hard, and let your actions reveal your accomplishments at the right moment. Letting your success speak for itself is one of the most powerful ways to earn respect, credibility, and recognition. In a world where many people constantly talk about what they plan to do, those who focus on quiet execution stand out. Instead of seeking approval through words, they let their achievements become undeniable proof of their abilities and hard work. There is something incredibly compelling about a person who does not boast about their plans, but instead delivers results. When success speaks for itself, there is no need for explanations, justifications, or validation from others. It becomes self-evident. One of the biggest advantages of allowing success to be the proof of your efforts is that it removes unnecessary pressure. When people announce their plans too early, they invite expectations, opinions, and sometimes even doubt from others. This external pressure can be overwhelming, making them feel like they must achieve quick results just to prove their credibility. However, when you work in silence, you are free to progress at your own pace without feeling the need to constantly justify yourself. This freedom allows you to stay focused on what truly matters: consistent action, learning from mistakes, and refining your approach until you reach your goal. Another reason why letting success speak for itself is so effective is that results are undeniable. Words can be debated, questioned, or dismissed, but actual achievements cannot be ignored. When you quietly work toward your goals and finally succeed, people will take notice without you having to say anything. Your success will naturally attract attention, respect, and admiration, not because you talked about it, but because you accomplished something real. This kind of recognition is far more powerful than any verbal declaration because it is based on proof rather than promises. Furthermore, working in silence allows you to avoid distractions and stay committed to your vision. When too many people know about your plans, their opinions and expectations can create unnecessary noise that pulls you in different directions. Some may try to influence your decisions, while others may offer unsolicited advice that does not align with your true goals. By keeping your ambitions private, you protect yourself from these external influences and maintain a clear focus on what needs to be done. This quiet discipline allows you to build something truly meaningful without being swayed by the thoughts and judgments of others. Letting success speak for itself also helps build authenticity and credibility. In a time when many people exaggerate their accomplishments or try to impress others with empty words, those who quietly achieve their goals stand out as genuine and reliable. People respect those who prove their worth through action rather than through constant self-promotion. When you achieve something significant without seeking attention, others recognize your dedication, hard work, and commitment, making them trust you more. This trust can open doors to new opportunities, partnerships, and relationships that might not have been possible if you would focus more on talking rather than executing. Additionally, working in silence helps you develop patience and resilience, both of which are essential for long-term success. Many great achievements take time, and setbacks are a natural part of the journey. When you do not constantly talk about your plans, you allow yourself the space to fail, learn, and improve without the fear of public embarrassment. You do not have to explain why something did not work out right away because no one is expecting instant results. This gives you the mental and emotional strength to keep going, adjusting your strategy as needed until you finally achieve what you set out to do. Another key benefit of letting success be the proof of your efforts is that it eliminates the need for validation from others. Many people feel the urge to talk about their plans because they want encouragement or approval before they even begin. However, this dependence on external validation can be dangerous, as it shifts the focus away from personal motivation and towards seeking approval. When you learn to work quietly and let your results do the talking, you develop a strong internal drive that is not dependent on what others think. You become more self-reliant, confident, and committed to your goals, regardless of whether people believe in you or not. Ultimately, success is the best response to doubt, criticism, and skepticism. When you let your achievements speak for themselves, you do not have to waste energy defending your ideas or convincing others of your potential. Instead, you simply show them what you are capable of through your actions. Those who doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge your success, and those who supported you will admire your dedication even more. By focusing on execution rather than words, you ensure that your accomplishments carry weight, making a lasting impact that speaks louder than any promise ever could. Actions speak louder than words, and when it comes to achieving success, What you do will always matter more than what you say. Many people get caught up in the habit of constantly talking about their plans, sharing their ambitions, and making big promises. But without execution, words remain empty. In a world where people are quick to announce their goals, but slow to act on them, those who focus on action rather than talk set themselves apart. It is easy to impress others with grand ideas, but true respect is earned when those ideas turn into tangible results. One of the reasons why taking action is more powerful than speaking about your plans is that words are effortless. Anyone can say they will start a business, write a book, lose weight, or accomplish something great. But until they actually take steps toward those goals, nothing has truly been done. Ideas without execution are just dreams floating in the air. And the more time a person spends talking instead of doing, the more they risk becoming someone who is all talk and no results. Instead of announcing intentions, focusing on consistent progress is what truly leads to success. Another problem with speaking too much about goals is that it can create a false sense of achievement. When people share their plans with others, they often receive praise, encouragement, or recognition, which can feel like an accomplishment in itself. This creates a dangerous illusion. The brain starts to believe that progress has already been made just because the idea has been expressed. However, real success requires discipline, effort, and persistence, none of which can be replaced by words. The moment a person starts believing that talking about something is the same as working on it, they begin to lose momentum before even starting. In addition, when someone constantly talks about what they are going to do, they leave themselves open to judgment and expectations. People will start watching to see if those words turn into action, and if they don't, it can damage credibility. Over time, a person who frequently makes promises but rarely follows through loses the trust of others. Whether in business, personal life, or career ambitions, consistency in action builds a reputation far stronger than any words ever could. People respect those who quietly work on their goals and let success do the talking, rather than those who endlessly talk about their ambitions but fail to make progress. Moreover, keeping plans private allows for uninterrupted focus. When too many people know about a goal, their opinions, doubts, and advice, whether helpful or not, can become distractions. While some may offer support, others may unintentionally create pressure, expectations, or even discouragement. By keeping quiet and staying focused on taking small, consistent steps, one can build momentum without unnecessary outside interference. When the results start showing, they will speak for themselves, and at that point, words are no longer needed. There is also a psychological advantage to prioritizing action over talk. When a person works silently toward a goal, they develop self-trust and confidence. They begin to rely on their own progress rather than external validation. Instead of seeking approval for an idea, they gain real motivation from seeing measurable improvement. This self-reliance creates a powerful internal drive that is not dependent on whether others believe in them or not. On the other hand, when people talk too much about their plans, they may start feeling pressure to meet expectations, which can lead to fear of failure, procrastination, or even abandoning the goal altogether to avoid embarrassment. Additionally, success itself is often a result of discipline, and discipline thrives in action, not in discussion. The most accomplished individuals in any field are those who dedicate themselves to the work rather than the words. Athletes train behind the scenes long before they ever win a championship. Entrepreneurs build businesses in silence before the world even knows their names. Writers complete their books in private before anyone reads a single page. Their success does not come from announcing what they plan to do. It comes from consistently doing the work required to make it happen. Ultimately, the most powerful way to prove one's abilities, ambition, and dedication is through results. There is no need to tell the world about plans before they are completed, because the end product will always speak louder than any promise ever could. Instead of wasting energy on words, that energy should be invested in progress. When the time is right, when success is undeniable, and when the results are evident, the world will naturally take notice. Until then, the best approach is simple. Work hard in silence and let actions do the talking. Energy is best used for execution. And the more time and effort you spend talking about your plans, the less energy you have to actually accomplish them. While it can feel exciting to share ideas and ambitions with others, the reality is that too much discussion can drain the motivation needed to turn them into reality. Every goal requires a certain amount of mental, emotional, and physical energy to be achieved, and if that energy is spent on talking instead of doing, progress can slow down or even stop before it truly begins. One of the most important reasons why energy should be reserved for execution is that action is what creates real momentum. When you start taking small steps toward a goal, those steps build upon each other, creating progress that leads to even greater motivation. On the other hand, when too much energy is wasted on discussing plans rather than acting on them, the initial excitement fades. And without real movement, the goal can start to feel distant or even unattainable. Many people experience this when they spend too much time brainstorming, researching, or debating their next move instead of simply starting. The longer they delay action, the harder it becomes to take the first step. Another problem with using too much energy on talking rather than execution is that words can create a false sense of accomplishment. When you tell others about your plans, they may respond with encouragement, support, or admiration, which can feel like an achievement in itself. This reaction triggers a psychological effect where the brain feels rewarded just for expressing an intention, even though no real progress has been made. This is why many people announce big goals with excitement but struggle to follow through, because the initial boost of motivation came from words rather than action. Instead of relying on external validation from others, it is more effective to channel energy into consistent, quiet work that leads to tangible results. Moreover, discussing goals too much can lead to unnecessary distractions and outside influences that can drain energy and cause doubt. When too many opinions come into play, it is easy to become overwhelmed by conflicting advice, criticism, or unrealistic expectations. Some people may offer well-meaning but unhelpful suggestions, while others may discourage the idea altogether. This external noise can make it difficult to stay focused, as it shifts energy away from execution and into overthinking. Instead of allowing distractions to slow progress, keeping goals private allows for clarity and a stronger commitment to seeing them through. Execution also requires discipline, and discipline thrives in an environment where energy is protected and directed toward productive action. Successful people understand that focus and energy are limited resources that must be managed wisely. They do not waste time trying to convince others of their abilities or waiting for approval before taking action. Instead, they dedicate themselves to steady, consistent effort that eventually leads to success. Whether in business, fitness, creative pursuits, or personal development, those who achieve great things are the ones who prioritize execution over discussion. Furthermore, when energy is spent on doing rather than talking, progress becomes visible. People naturally take notice when results start to show, and at that point, explanations are unnecessary. Instead of trying to prove something through words, allowing success to speak for itself is far more powerful. Those who spend less time talking and more time working are often the ones who surprise others with their achievements. By the time people realize what they have been working on, the goal is already accomplished. And that kind of quiet dedication commands far more respect than premature announcements ever could. In addition to building credibility, prioritizing execution over discussion also strengthens resilience. The process of working toward a goal comes with challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. Those who focus on action develop problem-solving skills, adaptability, and perseverance. However, those who spend too much energy on discussing plans may become discouraged the moment they face difficulties because they have not built the habit of working through challenges. Instead of talking about potential problems, taking action allows for real learning and growth, making it easier to push forward when things get tough. Ultimately, energy is a valuable resource, and how it is used determines the likelihood of success. Talking about a goal does not bring it any closer to reality, but taking even the smallest action does. Instead of spending energy on words, it is far more productive to invest it in progress. The most successful people are not the ones who talk the most about their ambitions. They are the ones who quietly work toward them day by day until they become undeniable. When energy is directed toward execution rather than conversation, goals become achievements and dreams turn into reality. Today I want to talk about something that many of us don't often think about: the power of silence when it comes to our goals and ambitions. The title of this speech is "Don't Tell Everyone Your Plans." We live in a world where people love to share everything on social media and conversations, and even with people who may not have our best interests at heart. But sometimes keeping our plans to ourselves is the smartest move we can make. Not everyone has good intentions when it comes to your success, and that is a reality we must all come to terms with. While it is natural to want to share our dreams and goals with others, believing that they will be happy for us, the truth is that not everyone will respond with encouragement or support. Some people may feel threatened by your ambitions, while others may be envious of your determination. There are even those who, whether consciously or unconsciously, will try to hold you back. This is why it is so important to be selective about who you share your plans with. When we open up about our goals, we expect others to celebrate our vision, to give us words of motivation, and to push us forward. However, that is not always the case. Some people, even those we consider close friends or family members, may respond with doubt, skepticism, or even negativity. They may question your ability, your resources, or your worthiness of success. They might remind you of past failures or highlight all the ways in which your plan could go wrong. While some of this may come from a place of concern, it can also be a reflection of their own fears and insecurities. People who have never dared to chase their own dreams often struggle to understand those who do. Instead of being inspired by your ambition, they may feel uncomfortable and seek to discourage you, sometimes without even realizing it. Then there are those whose intentions are not just doubtful, but harmful. Some people feel insecure about their own position in life, and when they see someone striving for something greater, it triggers feelings of jealousy or competition. They may act supportive to your face, but secretly hope that you fail. These are the kinds of people who subtly undermine your confidence, who tell you that your goals are unrealistic, and who discourage you from stepping out of your comfort zone. If you share your plans with the wrong people, you may unknowingly invite negativity into your mind, causing self-doubt and hesitation. The worst thing that can happen to a dream is for it to be killed before it even begins. And that often happens when we listen to the wrong voices. Another danger of revealing your plans too soon is the risk of someone else taking advantage of them. Not everyone will steal your ideas, but in the competitive world we live in, it is not uncommon. If you share a unique business concept, a creative project, or an innovative idea with the wrong person, there is always a chance that they might act on it before you do. Even if they don't deliberately take your idea, they might spread it to others who will. Your vision is valuable, and not everyone will respect that. Furthermore, speaking about your goals too much can also weaken your own motivation. When we talk about something too soon, our brain often gives us a false sense of accomplishment, as if simply stating our plans is the same as taking action. This can make us less likely to follow through because we feel like we have already achieved something, even when we haven't. Instead of focusing on telling people what you intend to do, focus on doing it. Let the results be your announcement rather than your words. Ultimately, being mindful of who you share your plans with is not about secrecy, it's about wisdom. It's about protecting your dreams, guarding your energy, and surrounding yourself with people who truly support you. Share your vision only with those who uplift you, who genuinely want to see you succeed, and who will contribute positively to your journey. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your success story, and that is perfectly okay. The less you reveal to the wrong people, the more power you have to make your dreams a reality. Talking too much about your plans can create unnecessary pressure, making it harder to actually follow through and achieve your goals. While it may seem harmless to share your ambitions with others, the truth is that speaking about them too soon can lead to a psychological trap where the excitement of sharing replaces the discipline of execution. The moment you tell people about what you plan to do, you invite their expectations, opinions, and even their judgment into your journey. Instead of quietly working toward your goals at your own pace, you may find yourself feeling the weight of their anticipation, which can either push you in the wrong direction or make you hesitant to move at all. When we talk about our plans, we often do so with enthusiasm, believing that verbalizing them will help solidify our commitment. However, studies in psychology suggest that announcing goals can sometimes reduce motivation rather than strengthen it. This happens because the brain often confuses the act of speaking about a goal with actually making progress on it. When you tell someone about a big plan, you get a rush of dopamine, the same chemical that is released when you achieve something significant. This creates a false sense of accomplishment, making you feel as if you have already taken a step forward when, in reality, nothing has changed. As a result, you may feel less urgency to take real action because part of your brain already feels rewarded. Instead of moving forward with focus and determination, you may find yourself stuck in a cycle of talking about what you will do rather than actually doing it. Another major issue with sharing your plans is the expectation it creates. The moment you declare a goal, people start watching. They ask for updates, they give unsolicited advice, and sometimes they judge your progress. This external pressure can make you feel like you are working for validation rather than for the sake of achieving something meaningful. If things don't go as planned, you might start to feel embarrassed or defensive, not because you doubt yourself, but because you don't want to appear as though you have failed in front of others. This can lead to stress, self-doubt, and even the temptation to give up altogether simply to avoid the discomfort of explaining why things are taking longer than expected. In some cases, the pressure to meet external expectations can push you in directions that aren't right for you. When too many people are aware of your plans, you may feel obligated to stick to them, even when circumstances change or when you realize that your original plan needs adjustments. Instead of having the freedom to evolve and refine your vision, you may feel trapped by the expectations you created by speaking too soon. You might hesitate to take a different approach because you worry about what others will think, even if deep down you know that a change in direction is necessary. Another factor to consider is that when you share your plans too widely, you open yourself up to skepticism and criticism. Even if you are fully committed to your goal, not everyone will understand your vision, and some may even try to discourage you. Some people project their own fears and insecurities onto others, telling you that your idea won't work simply because they themselves would not be able to achieve it. Their doubts can create unnecessary anxiety, making you question your own abilities, and instead of staying confident in your plan, you may start second-guessing yourself, wondering if they might be right. This added layer of doubt can slow you down and make your journey more mentally exhausting than it needs to be. Additionally, constant talking about a goal without taking action can make people take you less seriously over time. If you are always speaking about what you are going to do, but never actually making progress, others may begin to see you as someone who only talks without following through. Over time, this can damage your credibility and make it harder for people to support you when you truly need their help. Instead of making an impact through words, let your results be your proof. When you achieve something significant without excessive pre-announcement, people will naturally recognize and respect your hard work. To avoid the pitfalls of talking too much about your plans, it is important to strike a balance between silence and accountability. Share your goals only with those who genuinely support you and who will help keep you accountable in a positive way. Instead of seeking validation through words, seek progress through action. Keep your energy focused on doing the work rather than talking about it. This way, when you finally achieve your goal, you won't need to explain anything. Your success will speak for itself.